The Global Forum is an excellent opportunity for LUMSA University. We are extremely happy and honored that over 140 people from 5 continents and many different countries are here. And this is also a perfect time to discuss the close connections between democracy and higher education. We've lived in the last year many important political changes, and those political changes in Europe, the US, and the rest of the world have actually changed the environment in which universities live.
Oggi le cose non si possono fare da soli, bisogna farle insieme e il Global Forum ha proprio questa caratteristica di riunire soggetti e di riunire università veramente a livello globale e per questo è molto importante per la LUMSA esserci con la sua specificità e con la sua identità.
We believe that higher education has an important role to play in developing a culture of democracy, human rights and social inclusion.
I want to participate in discussions that will help change universities in the United States and in Europe to work more with society, to try to solve global problems, and to create greater democracy. So this is the place to be.
I do think that higher education is actually playing a very crucial role as higher education as such does not only deliver graduates to the labor market, but is also playing front-runner role in bringing forward our societies, and in order to have progress in our societies, we need to integrate as many people as possible in our endeavors.
I think it's critically important for higher education institutions to advance diversity and inclusion, namely because students learn more deeply when they engage in discussions and conversations with people who are different from themselves. In the United States in particular, as I said this morning, I think it's important because for many, many years, a certain segment of our population was left out in terms of having access to higher education. And what we know is that we all benefit from having as many people as possible participating in the higher education institutions.
I came to the Global Forum because I thought it was a great opportunity to share ideas and information with colleagues from around the world about diversity and democracy and the role of higher education in those values in our society. It was, as a president of an American university, a chance to hear from colleagues in other contexts about how they deal with these challenges, how they think about the missions of their institutions, and how they think about their roles in producing better and more just societies.
I've been involved with the Global Forum now for many years, and I'm really interested in the role that higher education can play in society more generally, and that's why I'm here to learn from others.
In our country, it is really important for students and faculty to encounter experiences that are very different, both with people and different cultural opportunities, because it means that they are able to learn about themselves and learn how to engage with other people very different than they are.
Well, I think that Europe is at the crossroads with a huge number of challenges, and higher education institutions, they have a very important role to play to close the gap with society, to advance the principles of the values that our democracies are built upon through research, through forming new professionals which are really concerned with a number of issues and perspectives that they must bring forward. So they have a really relevant role in the future.
My being part of this global forum is because I've been involved for a very long time, at least a relatively long time, with the Council of Europe. I happen to chair the International Consortium for Higher Education, Civic Responsibility and Democracy, which is an organization of higher education in the United States and other countries around the world, and Australia, South Africa, Ireland, members, as well as the United Kingdom and other places. And I'm here as chair of that organization, and I'm here also because these meetings have been so beneficial, I believe, to increasing dialogue, increasing understanding, and for my own intellectual and personal development.
Bisogna molto diffidare dalle frasi fatte e dagli slogan e su questo ci sono dei pericoli evidenti. Il ruolo dell'istruzione superiore è proprio quello di ripartire dall'educazione e quindi ripartire dalla persona e ripartire dal senso critico. In questo modo si potranno dare delle risposte concrete, ovvero sul piano professionale e culturale, a questi grandi temi dell'umanità del XXI secolo. Ma bisogna proprio farlo ripartendo dal senso dell'educazione e dal senso critico, diffidando e quindi falsificando qualsiasi scorciatoia retorica.
The European public discourse on education is very focused on the labor market, on preparation for work. That is important. And we cannot have social inclusion without economic activity. But it is equally important that we develop a culture of democracy. That is, we have tended to think about democracy as institutions, as elections, as laws. Those are very important, but they will not function unless we have a set of attitudes and behaviors that help them function. We've seen that in Europe in the 90s, 2000s, and that is an important mission for higher education.
I suppose the two big issues, there's an issue for the UK generally about trying to widen access to higher education and give more people access to the opportunity it provides, because that opens up doors for employment and everything else. So that's one key issue.
I think those are crucial aspects of what a university higher education needs to be involved with. Higher education at its basis stands for the public good. Higher education at its basis stands for the idea that knowledge is for human progress and to improve the human condition on a continuous basis. Core to improving the human condition is to be inclusive, to accept and advance diversity and understanding amongst peoples. And core to a university and higher education and to human progress is working with our communities, building or helping to develop with our neighbors genuinely democratic local communities where we all learn from and with each other. So we have a central purpose to advance issues of diversity, inclusion, and community.